Hi, my name is Sunita. My matric number 10DLS20F1029. Today, I'm going to present humanitarian logistic distribution. Humanitarian logistics is a critical element of an effective disaster relief process and is described as a special branch of logistics with challenges such as demand surge, uncertain supplies, critical time window, vast scope, and size of the operations. So, humanitarian logistic distribution is defined as the process of planning, implementing, and controlling the efficient, cost-effective flow and storage of goods and material as well as related information from the point of warehousing, tracking, custom clearance, planning, procurement, transport, and warehousing. Humanitarian logistic distribution also refers to the activities which manage the logistical flows in case of disasters. It is to save lives and make available the resources corresponding to the needs determined by respecting the type and impact degree of the disaster. The service expected safety and security conditions deemed satisfactory. Lastly, humanitarian logistic distribution is a complex process that involves a great deal of inventory management, information sharing, forecasting, and resources optimizing before the end supplies can reach their destinations. For instance, for almost 3 years now, the COVID pandemic has dramatically transformed the way we function as a society, forcing changes in people's daily lives worldwide. In conditions like this, humanitarian logistics is crucial in ensuring efficient deliveries of vaccine and medical supplies to locations around the world.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Faris bin Fazil. My matric number is 10-20F1034. Today I would like to share you about identify various types of humanitarian logistics operationalized worldwide. Let's start. Has a two types of humanitarian logistics which number one NGO which non-government organization. As example, can you see which Mercy Malaysia have helping more people which they had clothes at a home to ensure all people deserve to have their living and continue survives in the conflict country. As example, Mercy Malaysia have helping in Indonesia after the disaster of the tsunami. And let's go to the number two, which government policy, which United Nations is, which UN helping to get human rights, which freedom in Palestine, and also resist to all races. And as you know, United Nations is important to all world, make sure all the country, all people can be live nicely. That's all for me. Thank you.
For the next one is key fundamental in humanitarian logistics. The disaster relief supply chain is composed of three main operations, which is supply acquisition and procurement, pre-positioning and warehousing, as well as transportation. All these three main operations are an essential component of humanitarian logistics as a basic standard to delivering food, water, and medicine. For the first one is supply acquisition and procurement. Before the organization provide humanitarian support, supply acquisition and procurement of necessary items and equipment is essential in any humanitarian logistic. In order to obtain its necessary item and equipment from the local or global supplier in the form of medicine, water, food, and shelter using various procurement techniques such as direct purchasing and tender. Secondly, pre-positioning and warehousing. After acquiring necessary item and equipment for the predicate and post-disaster period, the responsible relief organizations are obliged to pre-position and store their item and equipment in suitable location, considering the location of disaster-prone area. Lastly, transportation is the last important basic standard of any humanitarian logistics chain in which human, personnel, equipment, and necessary items are sent to predefined distribution center or distribution intermediary point and delivering it to the people affected by a disaster.
Next, I'll be explaining on how humanitarian logistics can be operational more effectively and efficiently. First of all, with demand analysis. So based on the past experience and similar scenario, we can develop a demand analysis to make sure that our goods are sufficient to the victims. So next will be education. Government can create an advertisement video and create awareness to the people so that they can make sure that they know what to do while waiting for the rescue team. So next will be utilize all available resources. So we need to make sure that all of the resources available has been fully utilized, such as volunteers, carts, tents, and etc. So besides that, utilizing local assets will provide an opportunity to the local residents to participate in the response and recovery operation as well. Last but not least will be the communication. Communication is the most critical part in humanitarian logistics. So in order to have an effective communication, they should use advanced technology such as satellite phone, as satellite phone can be functioned when the cellular service is unavailable. Besides that, GPS, global positioning systems, and GIS, geographic information systems, will also provide help while finding the missing victims. Next will be the terms used in humanitarian logistics operation. So first of all will be distribution. Instead of process of delivering goods to the customer, in humanitarian logistics, distribution means that handling necessities and medical assistance. So next will be beneficiary. Beneficiary, also known as recipients in humanitarian logistics, they gain benefits under the logistics activity and they didn't pay for the service or goods. And the third one will be donors. Donors is the individuals who provides help in the way of funds and necessity products. What they provide will direct benefits the beneficiary. So next will be internally displaced person, which is IDP. So IDP is the individuals that forced to leave their home to protect themselves, but they are still remain in their country border. So they need basic necessities and protect from physical attacks, as most of the IDP are women and children. Last but not least will be extended delivery point. So it is describe the long distance delivery to the beneficiary to the relative central warehouse. So the warehouse will be located at a protected place and store goods and necessities. And as we know, during that time it is very difficult to send the goods effectively to the right people and organization. So that's all from our group. Thank you.